We bring in Chuck Todd on this. Hey, Chuck. So tell us, how worried do you think the White House is about this book?
I think they're worried more for what it means to the finger pointing internally. I think they're worried now, realizing, oh my God, what did I say to Bob Woodward? What's the president going to think that I said to Bob Woodward? Who's going to be blamed for?
Did everybody talk to Bob Woodward?
That's what it looks like to me. And I think what the fear, and some people say, hey, this is misplaced fear. Maybe the fear ought to be the larger issues of is this any way to run the government? But inside that White House right now, it is finger pointing central. It's been that way for a while. You go back to the Omarosa and her tapes. The lack of trust has already been there. This book will, I don't know how this White House is going to operate in a normal way when you think everybody around you is leaking.
Well, that leads to my next question. I mean, would you anticipate that some folks may be leaving the White House? Now, we have seen this movie before. I mean, Don McGahn, the White House counsel, it's revealed that he gave 30 hours of testimony to special counsel. 3 weeks later, he's out, supposedly under circumstances that were already planned for.
They're always planned for.
Tillerson, same thing. I mean, it goes on and on. So people like Jim Mattis, John Kelly, are they going to be around?
If you look...
Who deny, I should add, the stuff in the book?
They deny the stuff in the book. It is largely similar to some stuff that we in this network have been reporting for quite some time. So, okay, on that front. But look, history says they're going to be out, right? The president has this, will have this distrust, and it won't go away. But who do you replace them with? If everybody's leaving, Jeff Sessions is supposedly going to leave. Well, where are they going to get these people to replace these folks? You know, to me, the interesting thing about the Woodward book, somebody made this point, a conservative made this point on Twitter and said, hey, to all you never-Trumpers out there, maybe there was a good reason to go into the White House and be a guardrail. Say what you will about whether these people are enablers or not. At least if you, according to the Woodward book, Gary Cohn, Jim Mattis, John Kelly, all at moments stopped the president from doing something crazy.
It'll be interesting to see how it lands and, you know, whether people are affected by what's written there.
Look, I don't know if outside of Washington this is anything more than, oh, yeah, it's just another crazy story involving the Trump White House. I don't know if it penetrates that much outside of our bubbles.
All right, we'll see. All right, Chuck, thank you.